Remaining here in the losers bracket going on throughout cycle 2, but also which two teams unfortunately will be bumped down to the gold division as a result with losses here in a first round matchup. Of course, the matchup that we're going with here, as you can see on your screen, Dawn versus WOP Dash. Technically, as we know by, we just found out today, apparently they're WOP Dash. We like to call them WOP WOP though, it's just a lot more fun. Anyways, those are the teams that we're covering here. Should be a pretty fun matchup. With that said, as always, joined by Mini Maggot here. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good, man, and I'm looking forward to this game because obviously, although these probably aren't the most known teams, that I know them quite well because I've played against them quite a bit, and they're strong teams, and expect some kind of new heroes. I mean, obviously we've seen Dawn pull out a few different and unique heroes, like the Mage Bane, the Tremble when it was still allowed in competitive play,
yeah.
and so I'm looking forward to some good games, man, and I look forward to this series.
Yeah, today definitely should be a fun day, as you put it. Definitely, these are the matchups. These are the kind of the teams that we're still trying to get to know a little bit. Dawn, as you mentioned, we have seen some good things from them. I've been a huge fan of the Certus player especially, and this team as far as what they can do. WOP WOP or WOP, whatever they are, formerly Moe's Tavern, on the other hand, we kind of saw them a little bit yesterday. We actually jumped into them when they were playing Sync Esports in a Game 2 matchup, and they were actually, they lost it in the end, but they were competing, and that was pretty cool to see. So clearly a team that has some potential at the very least. So who knows what they're going to do today, though. Against Dawn, and perhaps obviously we'll get some more information with that here in a best of 3. Anyways, plenty to talk about already. The initial bans, it was a Silhouette Cthulhu fun. I did jump in a little bit late here, so I'm not 100% sure what the other bans were. I'm trying to look.
It was Silhouette, Affiliate, Cthulhu, and Rapsy was the blind bans.
Okay. And then you had Magnus Torturer, Parasite coming out, Swiftblade, Kraken, Revenant coming out for the Hellborn team, and then of course see the other tier bands, and then Drunken Master. Those other tier bands, there's some fun ones in there. I mean, including Oogie and Mage Bane, as we were just mentioning, especially with the Certus player over here. He plays some funky heroes.
Yeah, even the Blood Hunter band, like all these bands are actually targeted to Certus himself. Like those 3 heroes that are his favourite carry heroes, seeing as Tremble isn't allowed in competitive, like that's the kind of all the heroes he kinds of plays. So it'd be interesting to see what actually carry that will be sort of popping up here. Drunken Master's most likely going to be played in the Suicide lane. So yeah, the carry hero here for Certus is still on the line, and I don't think I've actually seen him play any other hero other than Oogie, Mage Bane, or Blood Hunter, or even Tremble, for example. So I think for this carry actually it'll be an interesting, or at least unique to him. Even.
I mean, he swapped Drunken Master right here, so I wonder if he may just go with that, Yeah,
that could be the case. And then obviously they've got to finish with a Suicide, actually. One team that we talked about Lodestone before, but one team that does run a bit of Lodestone is actually Dawn. They play him a lot. I don't think we're going to see him here in this game because, Lodestone's more picked up in like an AoE sort of synergy lineup, and they've kind of got a lot of gank potential with like the Magnus and Parasite. But I mean, we still have the potential to see him, but I don't think we'll see him here. I think we'll see a different Suicide in that case. But for WOP though, I mean, obviously they 4th picked the Pebbles there, so obviously it's some kind of initiation. They've already picked up the Kraken, so most likely the Kraken will be in a Suicide, unless they're going to run like a second support Revenant perhaps and do some kind of tri-lane. But I don't think that's I mean, it might happen, but it's very, very rare for that to occur. And then for Dawn, I'm just kind of think what other carry they actually run, or Suicide that they will run.
Yeah, I mean, they got options, obviously, and, well, Sir Bensington's one of them, and that's who they go with in the end, apparently. That's actually being swapped to Certus there.
Yeah.
So. Are they actually going to play? I mean, maybe they're just keeping WOP Dash guessing as far as what they're going to do.
Yeah, they're keeping us guessing, so, I mean, I guess it would keep WOP on their toes as well, but, I mean, I haven't actually seen Certus play Bensington. I don't know if he's going to be playing like a carry Bensington or even Suicide, but we'll have to see when it gets into the game. For WOP, I'm assuming they're going to finish off with another support. Yes, it's going to be Glacier. So I'm guessing it's going to be a second support Glacius then. Second support Revenant, most likely. Something we haven't seen too much of. We've seen like a lot of cool Revenants, for example, like BMG and Super KG. But for a secondary support Revenant, it's gonna be interesting to sort of see how well it does. Because if he doesn't have a set stun and needs quite a lot bit of farm and XP to really get going in terms of his effectiveness in the game. But I guess we're gonna see a few new things here in this one game.
Yeah, as you would expect in a matchup like this, losers bracket round 1. Really, what's on the line here? Not only to stay alive, get some more money, also more pride in and everything else, and hell, even a chance to go even further in this event. Again, pulling up the brackets as you can see right here. You lose this, though. Sure, you still get some money, but you'll be bounced down to the gold division and have to work your way back up once again. So obviously we got WOP Dash versus Dawn here. The other matchup, Nullstone Gaming versus Rexars. Also, the other one definitely should be an entertaining matchup in itself. And I believe that it's going to be casted by Lash once again. And I think he might have a co-caster in Insania over there. So they're casting the other series. You can check that out. I believe they're casting on twitch.tv/2easy. No, it's actually, okay, they're casting on the Lash now. So twitch.tv/Lash. You can go to the Han section on Twitch, and you can find it as well. So if you are curious, watch the other match, again, dual streaming or whatever, there you go. There's that option. But the matchup we're coming here, again, really intrigued, especially to kind of see this WOP team and what they're about. And also Dawn, once again, it's been a little bit since we've seen them, and I do remember them being very entertaining at the same time. So we're going to get things kicked off with a pause here to start, but yeah, still the questions lie of exactly how we're going to see things. Man, so so it is going to be their short lanes for Bensington here. Farm priority. What potential is it going to have?
I mean, we've seen, I think, a little bit of Carrie Benson before. I think with the old BMG with Jonas and Fam actually playing, like he would still, lane in the suicide lane, but he would still, end up carrying for the team. And we did see quite a good potential. Obviously, he's an agility hero, so he has the potential to carry. But I think with the items he went something like Abyssal Skullwind and sort of Nullfire Blade, and obviously not the strongest of late game carry. But I mean, in this sort of draft and the style, they don't really need a hard late game carry, just enough something to maybe carry them into the mid game per se, and I think Benson could definitely do that. But they obviously need to be wary of going maybe a little bit too late in the sense that where Swiftblade can really get involved and could be a big threat, or bigger than Bensington. One thing to note though is this Bensington skin is so sick, by the way.
Yeah.
So cool.
The Lancelot Bensington, I guess. I think it's called. Yeah, it's pretty badass to say the least. So looking forward to seeing that as well. But yeah, his potential and what he's going to be able to do here, again, just really feels like he's obviously an aggressive ganking kind of hero. I don't know if that carry presence is going to relate. Definitely I think Drunken Master is going to be that harder late game carry in the end.
Yeah,
it's safe to say. But as far as the early game potential, most certainly there, and that's what they're going to be banking on. I'm sure getting that snowball with him.
And one thing to note though is that even when Certez does play like the normal carries, like your Oogies, your Mage Banes, and particularly the Blood Hunter, is that he still it gets involved with the team a lot. Gets himself involved in a lot of kills, a lot of ganks, and I guess Benson is quite a good hero in that sense for him because he likes to get aggressive. He doesn't like to sort of sit back and AFK farm like sort of, for example, like a Haxer kind of style of carry play. He likes to get involved with the team and make action happen, kind of like a playmaker. And for a captain to do that, actually, it leads by example, which is obviously like an important thing to do in any team you're in. So
yeah, what better hero than Sir Bensington to lead the way? Got that global, well, not really global presence, I guess, but the long range presence
Stuff.
of we'll snap the master, and then you're good to go. Yeah, exactly. And hell, with him being a priority farm, especially, I mean, staff's not an item that no. You really?
That's too troll, man. Like, why would you spend 4,200 gold just to have global range? You get. I think like the actual range at level 3 is like 3,000 anyway. You don't need anything more than that. I mean, the only potential I see of it is say if like you buy back and then you ulti back into the team fight. But even that, it's like
that or like having like a Sandwraith teammate or something that can go in with you like after when you ulti right away. Yeah.
4,200 gold though.
But more damage, too. Yeah, okay, fine. Destroy my dreams.
I'm sorry.
Sir Bensington. All right, bottom lane, you do see WOP sending all 5 down here, actually. Gonna get protection, or more so block off the camps here of Parasite. Of what he's going to try to work with. At least that's what they're attempting to do, and it looks like they should have a decent time of that. Off the bat, though, you do see a ward of sight placed by Certus down here with Sir Bensington, so he is going to at least get some good information that is happening. You also see the mini-map. Don's kind of starting to head out now, realizing that's probably not a fight that they're going to win. Rev ward's put down here, but that's probably going to give them information that there's something might be up. So Parasite does have a Rev ward on him, actually. Wonder if he's going to be able to take care of this Ward of Revelation here or not. They don't have an air courier, though, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get this Ward of Rev in here, unfortunately. So we'll have to kind of work around that. There is the other Ward of Rev as well, placed in the Rune camp over here in the Legion jungle. So a couple of camps being blocked off. How about this lane setup, though? The aggressive dual lane coming out with Swiftblade Revenant bottom. Interesting.
I actually do like this because they've already blocked out the Parasite hard camp here, and although Parasite does have a Rev Ward, like you said, he doesn't actually have the Flying Courier, so he has to have the Rev Ward perfectly placed for him to actually have use in this lane, and obviously if there's no real presence or no threat from Parasite, then this dual lane can definitely work.
Yeah.
So, it's a good way to play. Also, it shuts down Benson as well, so. And also gives a lot of farm to Switchblade, so I actually do like the decision.
Well, we'll see how effective it truly is going to be. Possible kill potential. Again, Parasite not going to have the friendliest of starts here because of the blocks in the jungle as well. So again, what kind of impact he's going to have earlier on in this game. Aggressive dueling Swift is slightly less effective, but it's still pretty good in the end. I mean, Swiftblade as a hero is obviously kind of really that flavor hero, safe to say, as far as just being your go-to carry nowadays, and a very aggressive option. Top lane, Drunken Master, he's being boxed out by Glacius quite a bit, but this does mean Glacius Pebbles is top in the end. So yeah, really, WOP making a point that they really want to prioritize the farm on Pebbles here. I mean, what do you make of it? They could have just easily swapped this up.
No, this is actually a lot better decision because not only can they get a lot more farm and a lot better farm on Pebbles, which is probably a lot more important because, I mean, Pebbles, we used to see him in the dual lane mid, which was, fine and all, but he isn't the strongest sort of dual laner in terms of the middle lane because obviously he has so low armor and obviously doesn't have, the greatest of kill potential until he gets like level 5, level 6 really. And this way he can get as much amount of farm or a lot more farm up here in the top lane, but at the same time it gives Kraken an easy lane to as well. We talked about how Kraken isn't the strongest of suicide laners, but in the middle lane he has a lot better time because obviously the lane is just more favourable, solo laning mid against the dual lane than solo laning bottom against the dual lane bottom. And so in this sense they kind of have a win-win here situation. So already the way WOP have laned actually I think it's very, very good. The only problem is that they need to have effectiveness or a big effect on the lanes because obviously they're running dual supports, and that's why you sort of see the slight disadvantage in terms of golden XP at the moment because of this Parasite. Has already sort of dewarded this hard camp here, so he's going to be having a lot better farm as well. He might have some presence in the bottom lane or even the middle lane as well in the near future.
Parasite's going to be a big impact, or have to be a big impact, safe to say, for Don. Being played by Iceland Go-Go here. Playing the Parasite, so we'll see what kind of impact that ultimately is. He was able to actually take out this counter ward here that was blocking the hard camp to the left, so going to be able to make use of that actually as soon as we get out of the pause. 2-minute mark is going to hit, and most likely a spawn's going to take place. But yeah, his impact's going to be big, and especially if he can come to this bottom lane, I mean, they could definitely get a kill themselves, especially against this Revenant. I wonder if they're going to perhaps get dust early on. Yeah,
they need dust, and then they can make it happen, because Revenant obviously doesn't have any kind of escape mechanism, and that should be an easy kill. I mean, Swiftblade will try and help out his team, obviously, with the Blade Frenzy, but I don't think they'll be able to, net at least a return kill even on Benson or Parasite, as long as they play it correctly, so... I would expect maybe it's Parasite to rotate down to level 3, level 4, maybe a level 5 as well. But Iceland Go-Go, he's such an aggressive jungler as well. I mean, we've seen like level 1 ganks come out with when he plays Ophelia or even Parasite. So expect the ganks to happen a lot earlier than later, for example.
Yeah. Well, again, definitely still very early on in the game, so hopefully this pause not taking too much longer here. Probably just a little bit of hiccup lag, but in the end, not the biggest deal. Again, so today, guys, as far as our schedule is planned for today and everything, like I said, with the new format, the new schedule and everything here for Season 3, it's 8 teams, and, we get a lot more coverage in general. We get to cover a majority of the matches between Honcast and the community catches especially. But that does mean, so Sunday here throughout the first weekend is just losers bracket. So yesterday we got through the winners bracket, the winner bracket finals. Yes, you see that right. That is not a mistime. Willowkeeper did defeat Bad Monkey Gaming there. Of course, it's kind of a new BMG team, sure, but Willowkeeper making a statement. They will match up against Sync. That'll be next weekend, not today. So to clarify that, that'll be next Saturday. And I know we're all definitely looking forward to that matchup. Let's get top one in the meantime, though. Drunken Master in trouble. Staggers away. Health push going to be used. Healing up a little bit. Another stagger down for another 3 seconds, though. Glacius, he has a freeze coming up, though. And down goes Drunken Master in the end. Did a good job trying to avoid all that he could, but wasn't to be. in the end. So well played there, coming out from WOP Dash.
Yeah, and actually it was great timing to actually start the kill onto Torture, onto the Drunken Masters, because Torture is up here with the DD damage, and actually there's a TP coming in from Drunken. They're going to actually try and set something up even on the Glaciers perhaps, or even perhaps the Pebbles. Torture is standing around, but I think he was spotted actually by this the ward here placed by the Glaciers. So I think they know what's up, and actually it's going to waste a lot of time for Torture, which gives a lot of free farm here onto the Kraken.
Yeah, Kraken's making best use of that, no doubt. And Prodam here, hell, he's level 4 on top of it as well. He's 10-0 creep farm. Again, not too shabby considering it's basically been a 2 versus 1 lane here in the middle. Top lane once again, they want another kill. They may very likely get it. Drunken Master in trouble. He can't stagger away. The freeze comes out. He has a stagger. He's going to use it. It's not going to matter, though. He tried to maybe disjoint the auto attack, but Glacius wasn't going to let it be once again. So Drunken usually a pretty strong suicide hero, but he's having some troubles here in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why Drunken is quite a strong suicide is just because mainly he's a strong 1v1 hero, and also we used to see a lot of 1v1 matchups in the short and suicide lanes, but now we see a lot of sort of dual lanes in terms of the secondary support getting involved, and Drunken Master isn't the strongest 1v2 hero. The only sort of lane he can lane in 1v2 is mainly mid, because of, like I said before, the lane positioning is just so much more favourable to him, but he doesn't have the greatest escape mechanism outside of the stagger, and you can see it. This is the reason why he keeps falling, and obviously Glacius and Pebbles are such strong laners in that sense. Now Pebbles is level 5, so expect more deaths on Drunken as well, actually.
He keeps going up there. Bottom lane, speaking of deaths, Sir Bensington, no, he's going to be fine. Hell, he's actually level 5 compared to both Swift and Revenant to be level 3. I'm a little surprised that maybe we couldn't go for a turn. Middle lane, you do see stun coming out, as Kraken is going to be fine as well as Magnus. So a little bit of back and forth going on there, obviously, but in the end, nothing to be had. Back to the bottom lane, though. Sir Bensington, again, going to take some good pressure here. He's going to joust away, though. Will be more than fine. I mean, should be. Okay, he's going to kind of hold his ground. Yeah, he's... I mean, again, he has a 2-level advantage, or did at least. Not level 4 Swift play, but still.
Yeah, I mean, Benson does so much burst damage as well. They didn't know exactly where Parasite was, so I understand that. Actually, Torture's rotating here with the Invis.
Yeah, this is a pretty big chance right here. Torture coming in with that Invis, as you mentioned, has to turn to go. Lancela, look at that damage. Just one auto attack from it, nearly half-life on a Revenant. Here comes a Parasite. This definitely should be at least 1 kill for the Legion team. It is. Will it be 2 kills? Doesn't look like it. Swiftblade going to be more than fine, in fact. Going to say hello to Torture, but quickly back off. So Torture doing some good rotation, and obviously Parasite assistance, as we talked about, coming into play. So now you have a level 6 Sir Bensington, actually, all of a sudden. I mean, overall, he's actually managing pretty decent here.
Very, very good farms. Actually, top lane.
Yeah, Drunken, you mentioned he could very likely die again, and guess what? He dies again. Okay, I mean, 3 times, you're at a point, you just probably don't go top.
Yeah, they should rotate lanes, because now Benson's actually level 6, has such a strong laning presence. He's actually 300 GPM, and seeing as he's obviously 1v2, he's doing very, very well in terms of the farm department. And like I said, Drunken isn't the strongest of laners, so they should really rotate the Bensington top and have Drunken Master bottom. Because, I mean, Benson is most likely not going to fall, seeing as he's level 6 and has a little bit better of an escape mechanism than Drunken Master. And also, it gives Drunken Master a lane to farm or at least get XP. But he is rotating up in the top lane again, and he has to be so careful of his positioning. Otherwise, we're going to see a very, very quick early portal key here on Pebbles.
Yeah. All right, so again, level 6 here, Bensington. We'll see if any movement starts to come out from him. But, I mean, overall, the best farmer actually on the Legion team, kind of been quiet, but at the same time, not so much. Labyrinth here playing the Magnus. He is actually up there of 345 gold per minute. Of course, Labyrinth, you might remember him from the 1 vs 1 event that we had recently that actually... Boxy ended up winning. He defeated Labyrinth in the matchup there. But yeah, you saw bottom lane Parasite. He was coming in for a possible gank, but quickly spotted the Invis on a Revenant. Revenant only, though, 2 minor totems on him, nothing else. There we go, Joust in, but not going to hit. Swiftblade just a little bit too quick to react, man. If it wasn't for that reaction right there, that was definitely a dead Swiftblade. So good job pressing that Q button, able to get away. Again, top lane, though. Just caught the tail end. That's a solo Pebbles. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and this is why I said the rotation needs to happen, because now Pebbles is 450 GPM. Like he would be around 350, equal to a Magnus here in the mid lane if these kills didn't happen. And now Pebbles is like 600 gold away from his portal key, and and it's only 12, only 7 minutes in. Actually, bottom lane.
Big fight, bottom lane. Joust comes in, down goes Glacius right there. But at what cost? Torture also falls. Level 6 Whiplet in the process. He uses Swift Flashes right away. Takes out Serpentity, but now here comes Drunken Master. Drunken may be able to get something happening. He gets caught in the release Kraken, kind of. Swiftblade running away from Parasite. Leech not up for another 4 seconds. Can Swiftblade actually make the escape? He gets the invis. He's going to be fine. Magnus Eruption in the meantime going off, and down goes Kraken. Swiftblade will actually survive, though. So that's pretty good news there. So, I mean, despite even a kill at the end for Dom, while that's all happening, Pebbles is also still just pushing this top lane here in the meantime. So, I mean, sure, a pretty decent fight for Dom, but, I mean, big picture, I think WOP's still not too disappointed.
Yeah, and now Pebbles is so close to his portal key as well. He's about 300 gold away from it. It's only 8 minutes in as well. Like, once he gets that portal key, expect a rotation either middle lane or bottom lane, and the kills to start flowing in for Pebbles. To get a portal key this early on is actually going to be game changing. He's already 450 GPM, and expect that to go up once he gets his portal key as well. I honestly think Legion needs to really address his Pebbles sooner rather than later, because otherwise he can get out of control and really snowball and take this game also into his own hands. But here is the rotation, though. Honestly, a little bit too late, I think, in my opinion, for the Dawn. They've put Sir Benson top, actually bottom lane.
A little bit of back and forth here. Swiftblade, he's level 6, again spinning around. Oh, the face hug comes out. That was a little bit too early, though. I don't think the damage was applied. But in the end, it doesn't matter. He actually still gets the kill. Back to the middle lane. Magnus is in trouble. He has a stun. He's going to use it the last second. Will he actually get away? Oh, he does.
So big.
Perfect timing. Wow.
And you saw Glacius' position there was very, very good.
Yeah.
Obviously backed off, expected the stun, but even better play count from Labyrinth. Those stuns on the other side onto the hill, over the ledge, and survives in the end with just about 50 HP there. So good play coming out from him. But still, the problem is that Pebbles actually top lane.
Yeah, Benzington and Pebbles going at it. Pebbles letting him know, though, that is his lane. Going to knock him out of it. Pebbles has more than enough for his portal key. He's not going to buy it just yet. Doesn't want to show up perhaps. But actually, if he gets... Okay, does that doesn't have mana, though, so definitely no kill going to be happening. Yeah.
He should go back, just get a TP, just run back to base. Like, he doesn't need to... He's shown it. Like, I think that's honestly a big, like, kind of advantage, just kind of gone, honestly, because having that sort of surprise portal key factor is almost a free kill, because now, obviously... different lanes have to sort of play a lot more protective edge bottom lane.
Oh, this is pork nuts, man. This is not his day. 5 deaths now for Drunken Master, including 4 that happened at the top lane. He's at least picked up a kill and assist now. I mean, farming 200 gold per minute for being 5 deaths already. Not too bad, actually. But, yeah, obviously not really going too well for him. We do see top lane, though, Sir Vincent. He falls in from the skies right there. Parasite also supporting it. Pebbles gets the tower kill, but it's definitely going to come at a cost as Sertus gets credit for the kill. Middle lane, the action doesn't stop, man. Magnus does away from the release of Kraken. He's going to be fine initially. The torrent, though, comes out. The auto attacks from Glacius. One more should do it, and maybe, no, in the uphill, he got the freeze off, though, and Sertus will end up falling, and Glacius is going to pick up the haste here. The leech comes out. Doesn't matter, though. It won't slow him because of the haste, and he actually makes the getaway. So, hell, we're only 10.5 minutes in. We already have 13 hero kills, though, and it's just been a lot of back and forth early on here in game number 1.
Yeah, and but Pebbles is reviving in about 5 seconds. Well, I hope to see that actually the Rev actually middle lane.
It just doesn't stop.
Doesn't stop. No, it doesn't.
And
so now Parasite falls. But yeah, expect the rotation from the Revenant and Pebbles combo to happen. The reason why they picked the Revenant is to sort of set up these kills, and there it is. We already see that the Pebbles Revenant combination is going in.
Yeah, you just see Pebbles jumping in right there with that portal key. The perfect synergy with the charge on top, but the eruption coming off. They can't stop them with a stun, and actually Revenant's falling low. He will end up going down. That's going to be the only kill, though, as Pebbles and Kraken is a little too beefy, especially that Pebbles right there. So in the end, another kill happening. Finally, though, I think we're going to have about a minute gap here at least before another kill happens, the way things are looking. But how about this, too, though? Pebbles actually picks up a Blood Chalice.
Love it.
That's not something you see on him usually.
No, we don't see it usually, but it's actually a great pickup because we used to see actually back when SG was playing at Swindle Melons, we used to see actually the Pestilence in the short lane, and you really do have mana issues if you just rush the portal key. Obviously, normally we see the Pebbles and Pestilence mid anyway, so obviously we see the bottle. But obviously, if you're running this kind of strategy of just having the Initiate in the short lane, you don't really need to pick up the bottle, but you still have the mana issues, and the Blood Chalice is the perfect really solution to the issue. Obviously gives you that extra bit of stats as well as the mana regen, and I really do like the item pickup actually. It's a perfect pickup come out from WOP.
All right, Magnus in the meantime, Invis Glacius coming in. He's going to be completely caught out. He has an Invis himself, but he couldn't nearly get it off in time. The damage and overall lockdown was just way too much to handle. So, I mean, we could have expected that this was going to be an aggressive game with the lineups really on both sides even, but, I mean, they're living up to it. It's one thing to kind of guess it, and it kind of doesn't really happen. But no, they pick the lineups, and they're making it work. And as I'm rambling on here, more kills are happening. Glacius gets picked up. Pebbles level 11. What do you see? Oh, he tries to destroy it right there, but it's not in time. Sir Benjamin, he completely whiffs the joust. So the Invis comes out, and Sergis would like a second chance of that one because the Nightfall hit, but the joust did not.
Yeah, and one thing to note though is that all this aggression, although Legion are still getting some good trades in terms of the kills, the one issue is that all this time Swiftplay's just been AFK farming, and he's slowly rising in his farming. And for the carry for Legion, Drunken Master's having probably one of the worst games he's had in a long time. Only 180 GPM compared to say the 320 on Swiftblade. And although it's not the biggest of deals now, in the 10-15 minutes, the carry presence of the Swiftblade will start to show, and that's where Dawn might be in a little bit of trouble if they don't make a difference and make a change right now.
Look at that stat right there, man. I mean, that just shows you. Drunken Master, and I think that even goes more to, I mean, usually Drunken Master would have a good day, but it gives him that kind of feel that, I mean, he is that snowballing kind of hero. If he gets that good start, yes, he will lead you to victory more so than not, but if he doesn't get that decent start, he's not a hero that's going to recover too well, and I think that's exactly what that stat says right there. Only 246 gold per minute, 0 and 21 when he's under 300
crazy.
GPM. I mean, the stats do not lie, so this is not looking good for Dawn. Obviously, from that perspective, again, especially since he's kind of their late-game presence carry overall. You were just talking about Switblade's having a pretty decent time right now as far as trying to really build up his farm, and that's on top of a Pebbles who's also 445 gold per minute with another 1,400 gold saved up here, and, he's going to definitely get bigger and better as this game progresses on early. So, opening up some farms some way, somehow for Drunken Master, as well as continuing to move around elsewhere as a team is probably what makes sense here, but of course that's a case of a lot easier said than done, especially with the way this game's shaping up right now. So a little bit of tower exchanging going on, though, between the two teams right here.
I think this favours Legion, though, because I don't think Legion can actually take a team fight, seeing as they're so far behind. They do have the Magnus portal key, so maybe they could take the team fight if they wanted to, but I guess it's just the safe play not to sort of try and dodge as much as possible until then. But they actually are rotating top lane, though. Try and maybe pick off this Magnus, perhaps.
Heading up there, but well, actually, no. Swiftblade's the one.
So yeah,
it's going to be kind of confused for a second. Wait a second, that would be mean, killing their teammate. No, they're going to maybe think about diving right here. Swiftblade, especially if he shows himself again. Okay, another TP is coming in though. As we see right there, the tower so low that they want to go. Magnus does have a portal key, remember. Is he channeling the eruption? Yes, he is. They did not the tower, but will it come at a cost to LA's? Nightfall going to be used as well. Swiftblade gets caught. He's going to be able to get enough time, though, to spin as Drunken Master finishes off Kraken right there. He got the Blaze Kraken, though, off in the background. Swiftblade still alive. He has Swift Slashes, only level 1. The charge to Joust misses. He uses it just for the vulnerability. He goes in the oh, you took it. No, Pebbles! Don't kill your teammate. He won't! Unbelievable! Magnus trying to chase him. A hat trick coming out for now right there on Pebbles, and his Swiftblade actually going to live in the end. It looks like he somehow is. Holy crap! I thought for sure that was going to get him killed in the end. It doesn't! And Swiftblade gets a kill. A quad kill for Pebbles. What just happened? Wow.
That was insane. I mean, just one thing to note though is that they actually split their damage when they initiated in for Legion. They actually split on the Kraken and the Swiftblade, but yeah, that juke and the survival, it was just insane. The Pebbles, I thought when he tossed him in, he was definitely going to die, but just about survived, and what a massive turn play there coming out from WOP.
Jeez, that's just one of those fights, man. You look back and, I mean, it could have gone so many ways. It could have gone in favor of Dawn. It could have been an even fight. But it was the extreme of WOP, whatever they're called, of getting a 5-0. Just so close to getting Swiftblade killed. And what could have been a kind of a face slap moment in the end turned out to be one of the bigger plays we've seen in a long time. It's just that's how fine the line is from just a derp to a big play. Glacius, in the meantime, he's going to be jumped right here, but Magnus realizing pretty quickly that was a trap all along, and he gets taken out himself. They also get the counter war, which was the intention in the first place, and they'll walk away with that. So it's safe to say, I mean, we use this term snowball quite a bit for a lot of heroes, but the original snowball hero really is Pebbles. I mean, and he's definitely showing why right here, as he's going to go back in once again. Not really the biggest follow-up, though. And the response is Hat. Untouchable going to be popped by Drunken Master right there. He gets charged away, though, from his teammates. He's trying to get back to them quickly. He will in time, as now Swiftblade charges in. We got some mid-wars, apparently, is what this has turned into now. Kind of falling apart finally, but... Yeah, action indeed, but more so in favor of our Hellborn team, a lot more than Dawn's sake. This last 5 minutes or so. And that leads ground.
Yeah, and this is what I was saying, like, the Pebbles had such a good start. Now he's 500 GPM, and it doesn't look like he's going to be slowing down anytime soon either. He's closing on that Shrunken Head, already has the Mighty Blade. And this is what I meant, when your Drunken Master has such a bad time, and honestly just feeds the Pebbles 1-7 and 3, only 180 GPM. This is, like you said, the snowballing potential of Pebbles, and he's absolutely crushing level 14 right now, and nearly 500 GPM. And there's not much they can even stop him either. He's closing on that Shrunken Head, and there's a lot of magical damage coming out from Legion. The only physical presence is Drunken Master, but he's had such a bad time as well. And I mean, this Pebbles is just honestly going out of control, and they need to sort of somehow address him sooner rather than later.
Yeah, hey, it's like Haldo is exactly the question, and oh, that's kind of awkward. Serpentin joust into the Ancients right there, and he accidentally went all the way over the ledge even, so he has to walk all the way around. And actually, Drunken Master, oh god, no, don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. Please survive. Okay, he's had a hard enough game already. As oh, what the hell was that? Oh, okay, yeah, that was weird. The game just like completely froze up for me too, and all of a sudden it threw out a pause. Okay, yeah, so certain people, I guess so. Well, that was fun. Maybe that had something to do with it. But in the end, he is going to live, it looks like. And actually, we'll be fine. I mean, I feel bad for the guy, man. I would not have liked to see that, honestly. So, good. He gets away. Yeah,
going back to the stat though posted by Quincy, and this is what we mean by the snowballing potential. When you have that early good start and you have that high GPM, this is what could happen. 11 games, 100% win ratio for Pebbles over 450 GPM, and this is what I mean. Like I mentioned at the start whether this was the right lining setup for Dawn, in the sense that are they going to just be able to let Pebbles free from it, and they're sort of paying the result now, giving Pebbles such a free time and an easy time in the lane.
Yeah, I mean, when you have two stats like that, one going so much in favor of the team that's in the lead, and the other that just goes so against the team that's behind, it's like we're probably going to see that result. Is safe to assume. But the game definitely still does go on. 18.5 minutes in right here, and again, although it's quite the uphill challenge indeed, Don's going to not give in too early just yet, and most certainly going to try to continue to compete and get some momentum going with some. I mean, this team definitely has that gank potential and kill potential. Especially, Pebbles is doing great, but around him, Swiftblade sure not too bad. But you can get the pickoffs on the support, start to beef yourself up with that, and then who knows what can happen. But
and to be fair, like with the strategy they're playing it quite gank heavy and. In that sense, and that strategy is probably one of the best strategies to get back into the game, because if you're playing sort of team fight versus team fight, if you're ahead by 8,000 gold, then the team with the 8,000 gold lead is most likely going to win, because you just simply can't beat the team fight. But if you're running obviously quite heavy gank, then obviously you can slowly get back into the game with enough ganks to make the golden experience lead equal in that sense, and obviously still have the potential to win the game. So there's definitely hope, even though it is looking quite rough here for Dawn.
I like how Quincy giving them some hope after those stats that are completely going against Don. At least there's something. It's Swiftblade, he's having so-so games, so his win percentage kind of nearly 50-50 in that sense. But no, we do see top lane Magmiss. He wouldn't be able to get a kill himself. Yeah. Will he stop this TP is the question. Oh, he thought about it. But wasn't able to get there in time. Instead, we'll just pick up the farm here, most likely. Yeah. That up real quickly. Look at the bottom lane, though. This smoke ain't coming out. Revenant and Pebbles leading the way. They're going to find Parasite initially, as well as Serpentin. They do the quick jump on him. Serpentin just melts. The final auto attack goes off and gets the kill, even with the joust away. And the chase continues. Kraken, is not going to be able to get Parasite, but they'll be glad with that, and they'll go for Kongor now. And look to pick up a token of life here. So another pick happening yet again. I mean, that's just another thing. Not only is that Portal Key Pebbles, but almost like an Nymphora effect in a sense, where you have this Revenant where he could be anywhere because of that. I feel like.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing to note as well is that the warding actually for Dawn is kind of poor, seeing as he is going against the Revenant. One thing that I made quite a big deal of when I was playing support for my team is whenever we played against a Revenant, I always love to have really aggressive wards, you know, the wards between maybe the tier 1 and 2 towers here at the bottom lane, because what you can't really have wards at the places where the ganks are happening, because obviously they're going to be invisible. So you have to have wards quite aggressive to expect or to see the incoming ganks or the incoming smoke gank, and then as a result play accordingly. Because the wards they've got now are kind of worthless, actually, if you think about it. They don't have a lot of wards anyway, but the wards like here at the top lane, like, if they're invisible, they're not going to be able to see them anyway unless they place up a rev ward on top of their own ward. And so they need to sort of play, you know, have that insight or that sort of future kind of, you know, expectation for these ganks to happen, and then as a result, you know, play accordingly. But at the moment, they're not playing to sort of play against the Revenant. They're just playing their normal game, and as a result, they're losing because of it.
21 minutes in. The lead is pretty ridiculous here. 9,400 goal lead, 11,000 experience lead in favor of WOP Dash, WOP. I'm just going to call it WOP, damn it. It's just so much easier. And it's just so much better to say, yeah. Apparently WOP Dash is like a band or something, and that's what they're actually named after. I like WOP though. So we're doing the WOP. Sir Bensington, bottom lane, he's trying to pick up farm where he can. I mean, he's looking towards Brutalizer is an out. We've seen that item before in Sir Bensington, but I would think this is going to be a Shrunken Head though.
Most likely.
Is safe to say here. You got Soulsborg in the works for Drunken Master. So again, you talk about a hero that's just completely struggled here in this game, and he's doing what he can though to recover. Puzzle box on Parasite at least, so you know there is a little something more there once again. But I think it's safe to say Dom really at this point maybe one last fight left in them in another couple minutes here. It's just the case of why even why continue to bang your head against the wall at that point, because it's looking pretty gloomy here as they're just going to get their Ancient stolen on top of it. And that does not help things in the process either. So you got a Token of Life Swiftblade here, Firebrand picked up, and they're not going to push it too much, it looks. Now they're thinking about it. Not sure what they're going to do just yet. Going to keep the lanes pushed up. Another Portakey picked up this one on Kraken right here. So even more initiation. Yeah, they're trying to really bait out right here, it looks like. See if anything will jump in the middle lane, but so far nothing. Drunken walks right over Water Side. Oh. And you see them moving. Pebbles trying to cut him off past the haste trade. Okay. Gonna be fine. At least gets away from that one, but it should probably be a middle tower push right here in favor of our Hellborn team. So, I mean, Don, for the time being, is doing a decent time of avoiding, but again, it needs to be a mix of not only avoiding, but also finding opportunities. But WOP's just sticking together, so really, what realistic chance is there for Dawn if that's going to happen? They're all just sitting on top of one another, so
they should just try and split push as much as possible. Like that's what they're doing at the moment. We see Magmust is backing off, but I mean they can't really defend the tier 2. Actually, the bottom lane, there might be a gank coming up here on the Bensington bottom lane.
Yeah, there we go. Charge comes out on it. Bensington, can he get the chalice off? No, he cannot. I mean, the lockdown was just absurd right there. Release the Kraken, the Freeze Glacial Downpour doing plenty of damage. No chance to get away. So, tower falls in the middle lane on top of it. You do see Magnus, he talked about it, at least he's trying to split push the best that he can for his team. Make something happen up here. At least be a little bit of a distraction. And actually, they wouldn't have to, or Swiftblade still has his TP up, but other than that, yeah, Swiftblade's going to TP in right here. It will be enough to scare off Magnus, though, it looks like in the end. Maybe he might actually hold his ground. Let's see if he goes to the tower kill. Thinking about it, but in the time being, the bottom lane, WOP is actually going to be pushing that now as well. Shrunken Head picked up a Pebbles. Tablet on Revenant. Bigger and better items once again coming out here for Hellborn. Oh, actually, now Swiftblade's in trouble. All of a sudden, Parasite comes up here. Yeah, he's going to lose a token right there. And they'll actually be fine just falling back. I'm kind of curious about that. I mean, they knew that his spin was still going to be down. I guess they just were scared of the rotation.
They do seem all down the bottom lane, so no, I think I do agree with you. Actually, they could have gone further, perhaps, but they just wanted to play a little bit safe. They didn't want to, die and then make the situation even worse than it already is. So, but at the same time, I mean, like if your back's against the wall and you're already having a bad time, actually top lane.
Yeah, Magnus. Speaking of bad times, he's going to be having a bad time right here. Magnus, he cannot stand away. He just used it, and he is punished because of that. So the easy kill coming out for WOP. Frostburn picked up by Swiftblade in the process. A demonic breastplate in the works now for Pebbles. If Don can hang on, apparently Pebbles will fall off. He's 0-3 if games that last over an hour. So they just need to hold off another 35 minutes here. And then Don has a chance of making things happen. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be the case. But yeah, I mean that's perfect definition right there again of a snowball hero. He gets so much GPM early on, he gets undefeated. If he goes a little bit longer in the game, then winless. Middle lane. Talked about Swift Slash just coming out there doing plenty of damage to Sir Bennington. They get the kill on Glacius, but at least Certes is going to fall right here. You see Drunken Mash is like nothing much more I can do. And he gets away. Yes.
They lost the eye as well. That's actually quite a big deal. I know they are quite far behind, but I mean now at least they'll have a lot easier time dealing with the Revenant though. Now they've got that bound. Actually, they're still chasing. Cracking it. Digiportal key in. Might find the Parasite actually, but does back off in the end.
Yeah, kind of back and forth right here, poking in, but. I feel like WOP as well. I don't know if they. I really feel like they could have just gone like even for the base when they have the token right there and tried to almost. And I mean, because when it comes to team fight as well, they definitely have very strong team fight themselves compared to this Legion side. But
yeah. No, I think I do agree with you, but at the same time, obviously, that they might not realise how far ahead they are for one start and the second off. That maybe they just don't want to make the risky play. I mean, they're doing fine already. The reason why they got so far ahead in the game is the reason why they're so far ahead. But they've been doing this sort of stuff, so why not continue with it? There's no need to sort of change up strategy per se if it's working so well. But I do understand though that they definitely probably could go for the throat here if they wanted to.
Look at this right here. Kraken Illusion is here now. Yeah, by now you should realize that is an illusion. The tower's done plenty of damage to him. Don't fall for this. Okay, good. Yeah, he kind of pokes in right there. He's like, whack. Okay, yeah, you're an illusion. Just making sure. Not a big deal. Yeah, you see right there, they're setting up to respond to the obvious bait, but Dom by now has realized that's the case, and they're not going to overcommit for the time being. And as I say that, though, Revenant kind of diving in. That's a real Revenant. Here we go. Nightfall going to be coming out in the background. Drunken Master sitting back. Nightfall lands, but now he's in trouble as he's going to be locked out. Magma stunned him up. Pebbles joins the party. Mortification comes out. So much amp damage as the result. Magma's going to be falling. And I think it's going to end the way we expected. A GG well played. Concede vote comes out. And WOP dash, WOP wop, whatever the hell they are. They take game number 1 over Don here in this best of the 3. So, yeah, much more to say other than Pebble Snowball. Can't let that happen.
Yeah, I mean, to put it simply, yeah, but at the same time, I mean, yeah, Drunken Master did, quite feed per se, like quite a lot to the Pebbles, but at the same time, that goes back to the draft. Like, Drunken Master isn't the strongest 1v2 hero anyway in terms of the laning phase, and when you go against one of the strongest dual lanes of like Glaciers, Pebbles, particularly in say the short lane, then he's gonna have a very, very hard time. So, I mean, maybe they should expect that. I mean, I think actually if they run Benziton in the suicide lane and Drunken Master in the short lane, that just right there, that's such an easier or better laning phase, and clearly it just shows that Dawn still have quite a lot to learn in terms of that respect. I mean, they're strong players, but their drafting and sort of team strategy can definitely be improved.
If that thought popped in my mind as well, like right as you just about said it, basically, the Sir Bennington, they could have definitely swapped that up, and I do think Sir Bennington would have had that, because that Joust is a lot better of an escape mechanism than the Stagger as far as the distance and the stun that it even implies and everything else. So, would that have ultimately led to a victory? It's who knows in the end, but that could have possibly been a change they could have made for making themselves a better chance, but in the end, obviously, WOP just a little bit too strong right there and takes the Snowball Pebbles. Too much to handle. 9-1-7 game for him, yeah. Impressive performance indeed. But we know that Don's definitely better than that, and looking forward to seeing how they respond in game number 2 here in this Best of the 3 series. So, ladies and gentlemen, as